Good morning, everyone, and thank you for returning to our station. At this moment, we are going to discuss a significant shift that has taken place in the realm of Christian broadcasting. As we break down the most recent news at Daystar TV, we invite you to stay with us. One of the most prominent Christian television networks, Daystar TV, is making headlines for reasons other than the religious programming it broadcasts. As a result of the significant allegations that have been made against Joni Lamb, the head of the network, a number of well-known pastors in programming have left the organization. Daystar has now lost 2 additional programmers, bringing the total number of programmers who have departed the company to 6. In a recent announcement, Hank and Brenda Cunneman revealed that they will be quitting their Daystar show, New Level, which was shown on weeknights. In a response that was provided to Julie regarding the Roy's story, they stated, "Our program will not be airing on Daystar in the year 2025. Additionally, they provided connections to other websites where the show could still be viewed. However, they did not provide an explanation as to why they were departing. The resignation of another well-known voice actor, Lance Wallnau, from Daystar has occurred. However, he has not provided a complete explanation for his leave. However, he did make a statement regarding the controversy surrounding the network, and he attributed it to what he referred to as a spirit of strife. Individuals who were speculating about what was going on were criticized by Wallnau, who stated, "A lot of people who have problems with the church actually have problems with themselves with Daystar, IHOP, or Gateway. The first thing you need to do in order to be a problem solver is to avoid having your feet trapped in the taffy. This is the case with all of these establishments. Avoid getting into a combative frame of mind. There ought to be tranquility within your heart, and you shouldn't have the feeling that you have to express your thoughts on everything that is taking place. It is not clear to me when the body of Christ came to the conclusion that it was okay to interfere in the affairs of other people. This is likely to cause a great deal of distress for a few individuals. Nevertheless, there were other individuals who approached Jesus and declared, 'Master, tell my brother to share the inheritance with me. This individual is taking advantage of me. Who appointed me to the position of judge or put me in charge of you? This is Jesus, the Son of God. Who gave me the power to handle your family dispute? Was it my father who did it? Since you are informing me of your problem, it is incumbent upon me to find a solution to it. Covetousness, on the other hand, should be avoided. What actions did he take? He addressed them by saying, if you're not walking sanctified and clean, and if you have a problem with authority, let me tell you something. A rat sandwich is going to be what you get here. However, I have been a pastor for 40 years, and I have found that a significant number of those who have issues with the church are also having issues with themselves. For example, the individuals in authority at the church are cruel. Request information from them. How do you get along with your parents? My dad. After that, you will learn the truth. It is common for people to find it amusing to browse through the belongings of another person's room, even if they do not take the time to meticulously clear out their own. However, this does not imply that there are not a great number of decent Christians who are being guided by God to carry out the promises that they have made. In my opinion, it is not even a bad thing for people to engage in these behaviors. There are preachers who discuss these themes within their sermons. I'll tell you what, man, I'll believe that they are paying attention to God. However, this does not imply that I am required to provide a response to each of the 7 instances. You are only talking about the one that is driving you absolutely insane at the moment. You individuals who are truly into this particular thing. I can explain and demonstrate how to perform the 7. There is a target and an army of power that are exclusive to each party. There are 5 different types of crowds: the crowd at IHOP, the crowd at Gateway, the crowd at Michael Brown, the crowd at TD Jake's, the crowd at Evans, and the crowd at Daystar. I will be traveling to a country. It would be impossible for me to enter that place with a great deal of unresolved issues, a great deal of tension, and a great deal of unresolved business. Not only that, but we have just finished an election season in which a significant number of our citizens learned how to speak negatively about the opposing side. Therefore, we just placed them on the exterior. As a result, they became it. The transgender individuals are included in it, as well as the Clintons and the Bidens. The Spirit of Jesus is not something like that, dude. There are souls in these individuals, and Christ gave his life for them. He paid a higher amount than you did. You are responsible for acting as an ambassador. It is not necessary for you to concur with the decisions that other people make. They are impossible to like. The Bible makes it clear that God is angry with wicked people on a daily basis. However, because he loves us so deeply, he cannot punish us for the faults that we have committed. We now have a slightly more significant function in the church in terms of preaching. Keep an eye out for fights as well. No, it's a ghost. And when you care more about a fight than you do about an answer, you know that you are heading in the correct direction. You should avoid discussing the events that are taking place at Daystar if they do not cause you to feel gloomy and depressed. If you are unable to shed tears over that mess and feel regret for the fact that it brought down a family and a mission, then you have no right to clean up the church in your righteous indignation. In the same way that you are going to turn the tables of the temple upside down like the sun, you are not permitted to do so. That will cause someone to become enraged. You are not permitted to do so. From a spiritual standpoint, you are not permitted to say or do whatever that you desire. Particularly those of you who are not in charge of the situation. Do you have someone watching over you? Is a question that I ask folks. Are you able to find someone who can provide you with direction? In order to cleanse the sacred book of God, which is also known as the body of Christ, people are looking for individuals who are attempting to clean it up. The answer is no, they are unable to make any adjustments. They were unable to manage the comments that were made. Each of them is by themselves. When it comes to being able to push you in a biblical manner, and not in an odd way, they do not have someone to whom they belong. Is there someone who can tell you without a doubt that you are in the wrong at this moment? You put yourself in jeopardy if you do not. This is going to be a very risky location for me. I ask that you pray for me. I am certain that I have dissatisfied a great number of people. It's the Butlins. It's Mount Boot. It's Mount Boot. Give me your full attention, unless you are authorized to do so. It is imperative that you inquire with God. Are you calling me into this before to becoming involved in the life of another individual? There are a great deal of problems in the globe. And in the event that you are summoned, you should go in with the heart of someone who is suffering as a result of the issue. The only way is to do that. In order to restore back life to anything that the devil is killing, the only way to do it is to be able to lay out on a dead body and pray for it. Neither your mind nor your heart are in the right place. It is time for me to go check on the sheep country and see whether it can be salvaged. You both have my love. In recent times, Daystar has experienced a decline in the number of speakers. A particular one of them, Jesse Duplantis, stands out, and Pastor Jack Graham is no longer a part of the program. In addition, Laura Lynn, Tyler Thompson, and Baruch Corman, both of Love Israel, have severed their relations with Daystar because they believe the company's actions to be unethical. In a video that was uploaded to YouTube not too long ago, Jesse Duplantis unambiguously stated that he was quitting not because of the controversy, but rather because God had instructed him to do so in September of the previous year. He expressed his fondness for the Lamb family and approached them with a request for prayers rather than condemnation. It is not yet time to decide what this is. Listen to what I have to say. Unfortunately, our connection to the Daystar network has been severed. The last time we spoke, I believe we were in Georgia. If I'm mistaken, he's the one behind the camera. On December 21st, we performed our final show. Do not leave. I am able to comprehend what you means. Try not to think. Remove that slate from the table. No matter what people name it, there was no reason for it to be the way that it was at Daystar. There was something else entirely. It was not the case. Absolutely nothing to do with that at all. I'm sorry, but I can't express that loudly or with sufficient force. On Sunday mornings, the PowerPoint presentation that Jack Graham was supposed to give has been replaced by a rerun of Joni's Table Talk. Graham has not yet issued a statement to the general public. Prior to this, both Baruch Corman, who is a member of Love Israel, and Laura Lynn Tyler Thompson, who is a writer, decided to cancel their shows because they believed they were unethical. Specifically, Tyler Thompson brought out what she referred to as the lack of ethics that the network exhibited. Corman responded, "For us it was very clear when he was asked about the reason he was leaving. It is impossible for us to maintain our connection to Daystar while simultaneously staying true to who we are in the Messiah and standing up for what we believe in terms of morals and stewardship." There are a number of significant allegations that Jonathan and Susie Lamb have made against Joni Lamb. These allegations include the covering up of sexual assault, spiritual abuse, financial malfeasance, and a marriage that is not in accordance with the Bible. These allegations have been refuted by Joni, but it is evident that the network schedule has been altered as a result of the criticism. The next step for Daystar TV is unknown. As of yet, the network has not communicated any information regarding these high-profile moves, and they continue to refute the allegations. We are going to keep a close eye on this occurrence and keep you updated when new information becomes available. There are a lot of questions that come to me when I think about this scenario, like who is responsible, how open things are, and how honest Christian leadership is. The members of the community ought to give some thought to the manner in which they deal with issues of this nature. Are we curious about the truth, or are we ready to pass judgment based on the difficulties that we have with ourselves? You are really welcome to be here today. In addition to keeping you up to date, we would like to initiate a dialogue that is founded on love, faith, and the truth. Be sure to click that bell, like and follow this page in order to stay up to date with the latest news from the Christian world. As we wait for the next time, may God bless you and keep you safe.